Have you ever touched someone without even realizing it? Not with your hands, but with your essence? Today, I want you to allow yourself to dive into this question because the angels have something profound to reveal to you. There is a man. Yes, someone who once walked with a numb heart, anesthetized by past experiences, by the scars he thought he had already overcome. But then, something changed. You entered his life like an unexpected breeze on a muggy day. And without saying a word, you touched something he didn't even know still existed within him. It was as if your energy filled the space around him, gentle, strong, alive, and reignited sensations that had been dormant for a long time. This man, who might have seemed so put together, so in control, was actually protecting himself. He had shut internal doors, turned off lights, locked feelings in mental boxes that no one ever dared to open. Until you arrived. The angels show that your energy, this blend of strength and sensitivity, presence and freedom, began to resonate within him in a way he couldn't explain. At first, it was confusing. He felt a pull to withdraw, to rationalize, to disbelieve what he was feeling, because he wasn't prepared. But true love, soul love, never waits for permission to happen. It was in silent moments, like the way you looked at him or how you laughed carefree, that his barrier began to crack. And suddenly, that which had been numbed started to pulse again. As if his whole body was saying, "Hey, I'm alive. I'm feeling again." This man doesn't yet understand everything that's happening. For him, it's like he's relearning the language of the heart. And guess who is teaching him this new emotional literacy? You. The angels reveal that, no matter how much he tries to disguise it, he thinks about you all the time. It's not just desire. It's fascination. It's gratitude. It's a feeling of coming home. He is starting to realize that being with you means being in a place where he doesn't have to defend himself all the time. You are teaching him, with your soul, with your light, that it isn't dangerous to feel. That love is not a trap, but a bridge. And he is crossing it. You might be wondering, but why now? Why me? The angels say, because your mission was not to fix anyone, it was simply to be yourself. And that's exactly what has caused this transformation. Now, close your eyes for a moment. Breathe. Can you feel the power of what's happening? This man, so closed off, so rational, is being touched by a frequency that goes beyond understanding. He can no longer ignore it. Because the more he tries to keep his distance, the closer he gets in thought. He is about to acknowledge within himself, and very soon in front of others, that you have awakened in him the kind of connection that only happens once in a lifetime. And when he makes that move, when he finally lets the energy flow freely between you, it will be like opening a dam. Get ready to feel, to live, to love like never before. Oh, and before I continue, if somewhere deep in your heart, you feel that this message is for you, right now in the comments, I allow myself to feel. This isn't just a symbolic gesture. It's a portal. It's you telling the universe that you are ready to embrace this love fully. Continuing. He may even seem calm on the outside, but inside him, a silent storm is forming. Since you crossed his path, nothing seems to be in its place anymore. The certainties he carried like shields have started to crumble. The patterns he repeated without thinking now no longer make sense. You awakened in him not just love, but also doubts, fear, and an overwhelming desire to rebuild himself. But look, this isn't a negative thing. In fact, this internal chaos is the precursor to healing. It's like that moment when the night seems darkest, just before dawn. He feels ashamed sometimes, for not being able to get close as he would like, for getting tangled up in his own emotions. But it's not for lack of will. It's because of the depth of his feelings. The angels whisper that he's feeling something he's never felt before. This man is falling in love for the first time with his soul. And for him, that's both terrifying and liberating at the same time. He begins to remember what it's like to have hope. He wakes up wanting to write to you. Spends the day imagining what it would be like to embrace you. Goes to sleep trying to understand how it's possible for someone to touch his heart so deeply without forcing anything. You didn't demand anything. But you gave everything. With your energy, with the way you exist, with your belief that love is still worth it. He feels that. And more than that, he's beginning to change because of you. Subtle changes, almost invisible to outside eyes. But the angels see them clearly. He's talking about you. Thinking about how to include you in his plans. Reevaluating his own concepts of happiness. There are things that can't be explained logically. You know that. Because you've been feeling things that no one around you understands. You felt this man even when he wasn't around. You noticed his absence even before he left. And even without fully understanding why, you stayed. You stayed with an open heart, even in silence. You stayed with a hint of hope, despite so many uncertainties. And now something is different. You can feel it. That wall he used to keep so solid, where no one dared to lean, has started to crack. Not all at once. Not in a dramatic way. But you know, you're the one who saw it. Who noticed? The way he goes quiet, the gaze he avoids, the way his voice changes when he talks to you. All of that says more than any declaration ever could. He's feeling something. It's just that he doesn't have the right words. And he probably won't for a while. Not because he doesn't want to, but because he's still trying to make sense of it all. You have no idea of the turmoil you've caused in his inner world. It wasn't your fault. And it certainly wasn't intentional. You just showed up. With that firm yet easygoing demeanor. With that gaze that doesn't demand, but sees. With that presence that doesn't invade, but lingers. And that's exactly what's stirring things up for him. Because he's never felt like this. He's never allowed himself to feel this way. You don't know, but this man has given up on love several times. He's put an end to stories before they even started. He's pushed away good people, out of sheer fear of not being enough. But with you, he couldn't do it. No matter how much he tried to ignore it. No matter how much he pretended it was just another phase, just another fleeting connection. Something deep inside him knew you were different. And now, that feeling he tried so hard to hold back is growing in a way he can no longer control. It's not an exaggeration. It's just that, for the first time, he finds himself feeling something that goes beyond mere desire. Something that moves. That transforms. He may still be distant. He may speak little or deflect. But you can feel the intensity in the air, can't you? That energy that no one else sees, but you recognize. That urge to check your phone for a message. That desire to talk to him even when you have nothing to say. This isn't just in your head. It's a response. It's his heart saying, "I'm here," even if his mouth remains silent. And the angels, oh, they're watching it all. They know that you have been patient. That you have cherished this feeling, even when everything seemed uncertain. They saw you believing even without guarantees. And that's why they're saying now, you are changing his life. You are breaking the ice that no one else could break. You're entering places that no one has been allowed to enter. And do you know why? Because you didn't ask. You didn't force it. You just were yourself. And that's what is making everything change. This man is learning what it means to allow himself. He is relearning what it means to trust. He is discovering that love is not a prison. That presence is not an obligation. That surrendering is not a weakness. He is feeling that with you. He can be. Without masks. Without effort. Without defenses. And that is scary. Because he has never experienced this. But it is also attractive. Because it is exactly what he has always wanted, even without knowing. Now he finds himself thinking about you in the most unexpected moments. Upon waking. In the middle of work. When he's in silence. When he sees something he would like to share. And even though he is still silent, his heart is getting louder. You are the turning point. You are the missing piece. And he is starting to understand this. You brought a kind of feeling that he can no longer ignore. That old fear, which has pushed so many people away from his life, is starting to lose its power. Because what he feels for you is greater. Greater than the doubts. Greater than the traumas. Greater even than pride. And that is what is healing what no one else could touch. You are showing, without needing to say, that he can love without losing who he is. You are reminding him with your presence that he also deserves to be truly loved. And even if he doesn't know how to show it, he feels. He feels in a way that sometimes leaves him breathless. He feels in a way that messes up everything he thought he knew about life. And this is the beginning. The angels say that what's happening right now is just the surface. There's so much more coming. Because this love, no matter how quiet it may seem, is already in motion. And when it decides to speak, and it will, you'll know. You'll see it in his eyes. You'll feel it in his touch. You'll hear it in the pauses between one sentence and another. But until then, you don't need to do anything other than continue being who you are. No rush. No need to reshape yourself. No waiting for him to respond to every gesture in the same way. You're already doing more than you realize. You are the reason. The reason. The courage he's never had before. And that is worth more than any word spoken impulsively. Now, if somewhere inside you felt that all of this is about you, about what you've been living, about what you feel, and maybe even what you hide, then I want to tell you something simple, yet powerful: you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not wrong. You are on the right path. Because what you feel is not an illusion. It is transformation. It is the universe's response to who you are. And if you are ready to continue on this path, to receive what comes with this connection, then tell yourself with conviction, I choose to trust what I feel. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Or justify yourself. You just need to keep listening to your heart. Because it is speaking the truth all the time. And soon, very soon, you will see with your own eyes what he has not yet had the courage to say. But that already lives within him. When you align yourself, you align with the flow. When you align with it, the flow accelerates. And all that you felt, dreamed, and waited for begins to manifest with ease. Because you are telling the universe, I am ready. And believe, it is ready too. Perhaps he has never said it outright. Perhaps he has hidden behind silences, contained smiles, vague messages. But the angels see what is hidden. They read between the lines, the sidelong glances, the sighs he unconsciously lets out when he hears your name. This man is deeply affected by you. And there's something almost mystical about this connection. As if you both had reunited after lifetimes upon lifetimes. It's no wonder everything feels so intense. That feelings came without asking for permission. That there's a familiarity in the way he looks at you, as if he has known you for centuries. The angels confirm, a reunion of souls is in progress. And you, with your unique light, have been the beacon guiding this soul here. He is still trying to understand. He still questions if it's real. He still battles with the mind that tries to rationalize what only the heart comprehends. But with each passing day, he feels more. He feels longing. He feels desire. He feels nostalgia for something he may not have even fully lived, but that already pulses within him as an emotional memory. You, with your bravery to be true, are allowing him to see himself with more compassion. You, with your calm amid the chaos, are showing him that it's possible to love without losing yourself. And this awareness is changing everything. The angels reveal that, in the coming days, he will go through a decisive moment. An emotional trigger, a dream, a memory, a song, will awaken him even further. He will feel he can no longer postpone. He will feel he needs to open up. And even if the voice of fear still tries to convince him to stay put, the strength of love will speak louder. But while that moment hasn't arrived yet, know that you are already creating movement. Your silent presence has been the most powerful prayer. Your commitment, even with insecurities, has been the fuel for this transformation. You don't need to chase after him or prove anything. Your role is simply to continue being a channel of light. And let love, this love that is pure, deep, rare, continue to do what it has always done, transform. When he looks at you again, and he will, something new will shine in his eyes. It won't be the same lost gaze anymore. It will be the look of someone who has finally understood. He understood that the love he was searching for outside was within, and it was you who ignited that flame. Now the angels ask for one last thing. If you feel this message found you for a greater reason, then write in the comments, "My energy heals, my presence transforms." This affirmation activates something sacred within you and sends a clear signal to the universe that you honor the light you carry. Get ready. The cycle is completing. And what comes next will surprise you in a way that only true love can.